Ski Studios in the house. How we doing today, people? Another day, another dollar. Boom, man. Hey, the kid finally got his license back, and I guess like to celebrate this, I'm gonna go over all the terrible times that I was driving. I was not the best driver. I was actually probably one of the worst drivers, the worst responsible driver. When I was out there using and stuff, and it's just hard to believe, man, that I made it this far and came back and got it, dude. You know what I mean? 3 DUIs, battling a serious drug addiction that I never thought I'd break, and boom. I guess let's get into it. I was like the type of driver that, if I was like, especially if I was drinking, even when I was using, like, I wasn't that bad, but drinking, I was terrible. I was like the type of person that, I go to McDonald's and there'd be somebody in the drive-thru and, they were taking too long. Dude, I'd have a beer in the cup holder, car full of people, everybody's drinking. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to bump this person. And my buddy's like, dude, shut up, bro. You ain't bumping nothing. I said, yeah, I ain't bumping nobody. I put the car in gear, bumped the car in front of me. Like, dude, like, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure I already had one DUI at this point. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really pushing the bounds of, like, stupidity. You know what I mean? Ain't too many people that stupid. I'd be driving down the street. I'd throw a beer bottle at somebody because they did something. You know what I mean? When all they had to do. Like, back then, though, I'll tell you, like, it wasn't like it is now. Everybody didn't have cell phones. Like, I had a cell phone, and I was, like, the only one of my friends that had a cell phone. Another time, dude, I was driving. Like, this wasn't even drinking, but I was hitting over everybody's trash cans. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was just turning off the... Like, I'd have people in the car, and they wouldn't expect it, and there'd be people that had their trash all out for it to be picked up. And I'd just turn into the thing and just plow over everybody's trash, put trash everywhere. Well, one day it was snowing, and I was with one friend, and I friggin' did it, and boom, hit the ice, right into a tree. You know what I mean? My whole, couldn't barely see out the window because my hood was like a huge V. You know what I mean? And I drove it right through downtown Haverhill getting home. You know what I mean? Like, I live in like a little city. I grew up in a little city, and drove it right through Lafayette Square, right through everywhere with the thing going, because stuff was dragging on the floor. I like turned, like right as soon as I hit the tree, I looked at my buddy. I'm like, you alright? He's like, yeah. I'm like, alright, bro, I'm out of here. I'm surprised the people didn't come out because they had to have made a huge sound. And what's crazy too is like the tree was only like that big. You know what I mean? But trees, dude, are strong. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that there was only a little bit of the bark out. It was a long time ago. I can't remember how big it was, but I know it wasn't a big tree. One DUI I got was just, driving the next day after drinking all night, and the guy pulled me over. Dude, I passed every test. I'm not lying. I passed every test. I was standing on one foot, and he's like, count 1,000, 1,000, right? Keep your foot 6 inches off the ground, and and I'm going 1,000, 1,000. I get up to I'm like 49, 1,000, 50, 1,000. I go, do I have to keep on going? He's like, all right, you're all right. He brought me in. You know what I mean? He brought me in, and I got a DUI. You know what I mean? I got arrested on other stuff. I was gonna beat that case, but I got arrested on a bunch of other stuff. The major charges I got. So I had to plea out to that to get out on bail in the next case. Another DUI I got. I was driving, picked up a kid from a program that I used to be in with, Salvation Army. We were still friends afterwards. He lived in like Brockton, Quincy or something. I can't remember. Salvation Army was in Brockton, Mass, but I think he lived in Quincy, and I ended up picking him up. Friggin', he's like, oh, this exit, and I missed the exit, so I cut over a lane, cut off a cop. Was done on that one. You know what I mean? I don't even think they gave me a sobriety test. The guy just took me right there. And not to mention the ones that I got off. The one time I was with a bunch of people, cop pulls me over. I got a bunch of people in the car. We were doing other stuff too, but he's like, oh, it smells like alcohol. I go, yeah. I'm the dude. One of my friends in the back's like, we're screwed now. I'm so mad, but I can't say nothing because the cop's right at the door. I'm like, I go, yeah. Well, I go, I'm the designated driver. You know, everybody else has been drinking, but I haven't. And he pulled me out. He gave me every sobriety test. I passed every single one of them. He ends up ripping out my buddy out of the back seat. I told everybody, don't bring the beers in the car. Well, one of my friends brought it. Thanks, Jay. You know, and you know, he wrote me a ticket, $500 ticket. Actually, it's the only thing that comes up against me if you were to Google my name, which is crazy, dude. Because, dude, apparently back years ago, all the stuff that was in the paper don't come up anymore. You know what I mean? Because this is a long time ago. Because you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure everybody that's ever been in trouble Googles their name. You know, and then another time, dude, another one I got off. I was at a party. I turned into a big problem, fight, and everything, and I ended up taking off. And I'm drinking a beer, coming around the corner, and this is actually would have been my first one, but I'm coming around a light. There's a light. I'm at the stoplight, and I was going left. The light turns green. I take the left, and as I'm taking the left, I sip my probably Bud Light, because even though everybody says, oh, it tastes like water, I love Bud Light. That was my drink. I'm sipping as I'm coming around the corner, and dude, I drop the bottle. It goes underneath the brake. I go to grab it, and then I realize I'm veering off. Friggin', I couldn't hit the brake because the thing was stuck underneath the pedal, and boom, right into a parked car. You know what I mean? That was I went to pull off, and it's, I jumped out of the car and went to a payphone, and all of a sudden the cops were there. Obviously, this is downtown Havel, man. So they friggin', dude, I had a picture of me and my buddies all holding a friggin' 30 packs. Probably ones I stole out of friggin' Shaw's, because I used to do that. You know what I mean? I was an alcoholic from the beginning. But he sees me at the stop sign, and he had the picture in his hand. He's like, that's him. I was calling up my buddy, but I ended up hanging up the phone and calling up my mother and telling her. But the guy's like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I was calling my mother. You know what I mean? I think I was 17. And believe it or not, dude, this is the only time this ever happened for me, dude. Cops let me go. He kept me in the back of the cop car, and he made me apologize to the guy, but he kept me on the other side so the guy couldn't smell my breath, because obviously I was drinking. You know, and then there was another time up in Hampton Beach. I got pulled over. They gave me the whole sobriety test, passed the whole thing. You know, dude, I got off more than I thought. I forgot about these. All my friends were watching over from the side from the parking lot, dude. And I did every test, dude, passed it. You know, I was always pretty athletic person. You know what I mean? Honestly, I'm pretty sure I could have passed them even drinking. You know what I mean? I was really, I did, obviously. But and then my final one, you know, it wasn't alcohol this time. You know, I blacked out on the footballs. You know what I mean? The Xannies. You know, and that's my third DUI. Obviously, I had to do jail time over that one. In Mass, it's mandatory. 6 month sentence, but 5 months of it's mando. So you know what I mean. If you don't get in any trouble on the last day of the 5 months, you get all the good times, so your last month comes off. You know what I mean? It's not too bad. If I got another one, dude, I'd be doing years. You know what I mean? And I'd probably never get my license back ever. So, and I kind of blacked out from it. You know, it's believe it or not, I'm thankful I got it, because I don't think I will be clean right now. You know, even though I had some clean time on the probation, I was still drinking. You know, still doing weed, still doing Johnnies. You know what I mean? The Johnnies I was doing. And, but even in that time, you know what I mean? I went on vacations, I did a bunch of stuff, and then, you know, the second I relapsed, you know, on the brown, dude, I was done. You know what I mean? I wasn't doing no more vacations, no more girls, no more nothing. You know what I mean? Just blowing all the money that I've saved. You know, and I was on, you know what I mean, obviously, man, I was on probation, got off probation, and went boom, right back, you know, so, I don't know, man, this is a big one, man. This is a huge thing, man. Yeah, I don't have a full-blown license, it's a Cinderella license, but dude, I haven't legally drove in 9 years. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. My buddy hits me up. Well, yeah, he hit me up, and he was like, because he kind of went through a long time without driving too, and he's like, man, it's crazy, man, that you could you could drive now, like, without getting in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. I'm an adult, you know, most adults can do that, but, you know, the life I was living, man, honestly, man, I didn't deserve to drive. I just didn't deserve to drive, man. You know, this is like, it's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I do like all positive stuff now. You know, I have like good friends, and, you know, honestly, man, I don't talk to like mostly any of the people that I used to, you know, unless they've changed their life. If one of my old friends hit me up and wanted to like change their life and put it all into it, man, I will be there for you, you know, and maybe even some of you might even be watching this video, but it's the truth, man. You know what I mean? Now I do meetings, work, hang out with positive people, and work out, you know. I'm up a little bit of weight, you know, but, you know, you got to put that work in around here. You got to put your own work around here, homie. You know what I mean? Like they say in Training Day, one of my favorite movies, you know. But, I don't know. I figured I'd check in with you guys. It's been a little bit. And, you know, touch base with you guys, you know. I always say I'll do more, but who the hell knows, to be honest with you. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I get on that thing, you know, and just start cranking them out. And other times, you don't see me. I don't know, but hit like, subscribe, comment, support your man, because I support you. Peace, son.